Okay, this is Blake here, I'm the woodworker, and today I'm gonna try experimenting with making a table saw with my skill saw or circular saw. I've made some projects. I made a couple projects. I made one last night and the night before. I'll try to put some pictures in right about now. I don't know if I'll be able to do that or not, but I'll try. So the first thing that I'm doing is I'm laying out here. I'll bring in the camera. I'm laying out this base down here. This piece of wood base. This is just particle board. It's just what I had laying around. I positioned the saw on here like this, and then I just took my square and put it just like this, and then set up the saw kind of like over here, then pushed it up, then just took it like this and ran it down. But it was a lot squarer than this. It was lined up. Then I went around it with a pencil, so I have that marked out, and I'm gonna take my router bit with a straight bit and router out all this. And what you want to do is start in the middle and then work your way out. If you start on the outside and work your way in, you won't have place for the router base, and it'll get a little tipsy. I'm just gonna kind of do this in one shot, I guess. I'm putting a straight bit in my router. I'll show you how I do that. So this is my router. Can't really get up close here. I'll try to bring it up here. So I'll get my router bit set. I just took out a rabbitine bit. I'm just going to use a 1/2 inch straight bit. I don't use a 3/4. It's kind of big. Well, I'm not going that deep. I'm just going to use a 3/4. So if you don't know what that is, this is a 3/4 inch straight bit. Okay, so I have my wrenches. It's unplugged. You slip it in. Let me bring the camera in here. Okay. So down in there, this is the collar, kind of, I think is what it's called. So I have my both wrenches lined up. Right here is the bit. See, this can pull out. So this is the bit right here. Goes in here and slides into the, I'll just call it the spindle, or whatever you want to call it, to lock it in. I don't usually let it sit all the way down, but in this one, the blades, or the actual cutting heads, aren't hitting it. So you put a bottom wrench here, and then here to tighten it. I think I'm going the right way. It gets confusing sometimes. I haven't really used my plunge base that much. It's probably the second or third time that I've used it. I mainly just use my router table. But now that I have my bit in, I flip it over, and now I'm going to set the depth. I'm just going to go down probably about a quarter, probably about halfway. Okay, this board's about the same thickness of my particle board. I think it's 5/8. 1 second. Let me find my tape measure. Okay. Yeah, it's 5/8. So I'll just set my router up here, then pull the plunge lever down, kind of get roughly where I want it, how deep I want it. I'm just going to go down that far right there. Here, I'll try to bring in the camera. Okay. I don't know if you'll be able to see this. So you can see my router bit right there sticking out. And you can kind of see how deep it will go. Okay, so now I'm going to set my depth. This depth lever right here. This says measurements, but I'm not going to go by it. I'm just going to push this down to there and twist this to lock it in. So now, if I bring it up, it'll always go down and hit that same stop. Okay, I'll set up the camera and we'll start routing out the base. Okay, this is as low as my tripod goes. But I'm just going to be routing out inside of that line as close as possible to it without going over. I might have to make some adjustments after. And my router has a setting for variable speed 1 through 6 right here. And I'm going to go with a 4.5 to 5. Put it right in between. And just plunge in. And with this straight bit, you kind of have to wiggle it around to get it all the way down because it doesn't cut in the very middle. And so I'll go ahead and start. And I'm just going to put one foot on here, or a knee, to hold this down a little bit. So here we go. Okay. That probably made the video quite long. I might take this out. A little bit of it. And I get really covered in dust with this. You can see all the dust around that this made. So I got that routed out. I kind of went past the line a little bit. It kind of catches and takes off on you sometimes. I'm just going to grab a chisel in case I need to make some adjustments. I'm just using a 3/4 inch chisel. And I want to see if it fits down in there. And yes, I can see that I need to make some adjustments, but they are not that. They're kind of big adjustments. Okay. So I can see that I just need to take off a little bit right here. Put back on my safety glasses. Just take off a little bit in this corner is where I need just a little bit taken out. Okay, now I got that. And I got it pretty nice. Pretty nice. I think I got enough out. Looks like now some in this corner. Okay. Okay, try this again. Getting pretty close, just a little bit off in this side. Don't want to take off too much and make it loose. That's really close. Looks like a little bit more on this side, even it up on this side. You see with that last part, it dug in because it tilted. Luckily, it doesn't. That's not deep enough, and it doesn't matter. Okay. There it is. That is in there. I'm definitely, yes, I have to probably bolt this in. Actually, I'm just gonna put some pieces here that I will screw down and it'll go in. I'm just gonna check if this is square enough. It touches there. Let's see if I put it here. Trying to think. See, this needs to be tapped this way. Okay, that has a little bit of a gap. That's pretty square to me. I'll take that. I'm gonna stop the video and make some pieces of wood that I can put to hold it down in there, and then I'll come back. Okay, so I got these blocks. I kind of just cut out very little, like rabbit or dado, out of the side with 2 screws, so it kind of slips over this. But it's not enough to where it will not hold it down. It has enough to where it's on an angle, so when I screw these down, it will really hold it down. Crap. Well, I tightened that one a little too tight. This end broke off. I will... first I'm going to check to make sure it's still pretty square, how I want it. And this is pretty square. Has a gap. Yep, it's pretty square. I'm just going to grab my other drill and just drill a new hole right here. I knew they might split, but I didn't even get that one tight, and it split. And now they look at it, I just put this one in the center of the grain, so this one, hopefully this one won't split either. Since it's countersunk. Okay, that's good. I'll go ahead and put the other 3 on. Okay, I was going to put 2 on the other side, but I put it here instead because on the other side the motor's right there and I can't put the screws in. And I checked and it's still nice and fastened down good. Now I'm going to prop it up and turn on the saw, plunge through, make the cut, and then come back up. Then I'll probably build kind of like a stand for this, maybe, and start with an idea for the fence that'll go on this side. And I can still change the angle and the height in the back. So this is part 1. I'll make a part 2 because this is like I think 20 minutes long right now. Please like and subscribe, and have a great day. I decided I'm not going to make really a part 2. This is just experiment. And so I made the legs. It's kind of tall, skinny, so it's pretty wobbly, but I'm going to go ahead and try to make one cut. I've zip tied the trigger on, set the height. I'm just going to cut some whiteboard, really thin stuff. I clamped this on, it's pretty straight. Now once I plug this in, this will turn on. So hopefully nothing happens. I have my safety glasses on. I'm going to roll up my sleeves. And here we go. I just have to flip it. And here we go. So I'm happy with this. That worked out way better than I thought. I'm definitely going to take this to the next level and make a fence for it. I just wanted to test out and make sure that it worked. Pretty decent. I'll probably actually use this board for the fence. It's the same stuff I use for the legs. They're 2x4 ripped in half. I already had it laying around. That's why I use it for the legs. I'm going to stiffen up the legs in all directions. So I'll put a cross brace. Probably maybe 2 cross braces. And one of the cross braces I will probably put like right here. And another one down, and I'll put a bin to collect some sawdust. So yeah, and this works really good. I just grabbed some random boards. This one happened to be to where it cuts a thin strip. I just cut various things. I'm really happy with it. It cuts very nice and smooth. So I'll probably make an update video on this. So thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe.